celebration, live wire mix. Ray-Ban on the beat. You ready? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Tune in and lock it in. You ready? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Tune in and lock it in. You ready? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Tune in and lock it in. You ready? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Tune in and lock it in. You ready? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Tune in and lock it in. You ready? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Tune in and lock it in. You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? Tune in and lock it in. You ready? You ready? Yeah. Tune in and lock it in. You ready? 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 YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Tune in and lock it in. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Tune in and lock it in. You ready? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Tune in and lock it in. You ready? YouTube, Instagram.
Livewire is brought to you by Pristine Productions. Get the latest of dancehall, reggae, soca, and Afro beats. Donate to our PayPal and join our Patreon. Become the apprentice, folks. We're about to get it on.
You're tuning to the hottest show on the planet, Livewire Mix, baby. Drop a link on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Got a song to mix and master? Drop me a line on my email. A pure Livewire. It tough, you know.
Yo, yo, yo. And I want to say, what up, what up, what up, peoples? Welcome to another Livewire Mix Cafe here, man. I want to welcome back to the show here. And we got some special show for you guys lined up tonight here. And be sure, guys, to hit me up on my website here. Want to get the latest in dancehall, reggae, soca, Afrobeat. Soca Instinct is out right now, so you can check that up. Soca Motion and Soca Jump. If you guys want to learn how to mix and master like the pros, radio ready mixing skills and techniques, Soca Pro mixing 3-part series curriculum is available right now. Track and arrangement, routing, mixing instrumental vocals, and mastering for iTunes and Spotify. And don't be afraid, guys, to take part of my Patreon here if you want to get the latest in advanced mixing videos not easily found on YouTube here. So don't be afraid to become a part of my pristine village here. Become my Patreon exclusive, The Apprentice. And you're going to get that mixing skills and free beats from me from time to time here. Be sure to hit me up on my PayPal as well. Any amount, show some love, will work. And we're going to be talking about bus compression here on Soca here. And hey, let's get right into the tune here, cause you know how we're about, you know how we are going.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Welcome back to Livewire, guys. subscribe. And I want to welcome you guys back to the show here. And of course, guys, you want to make sure, keep an eye out. And I know we're talking about, we're dealing with Hurricane Beryl here is forecasting to be hitting landfall. And we're expecting that storm to be weakened up by the time it hits land. So we're praying and hoping that Beryl's going to run out of gas. And Belize's going to be okay. We just got to watch out for these rains and listen to your weather update. But we're believing God everything will be all right. We thank God it could have been worse, man. So we thank God everything's looking good. And we pray God that we're going to be spared. But let's get into it here. Into the show. And before we do that, we're going to take a small commercial break here. And we'll be coming right back.
Want to learn how to play chords in soca, reggae, afro, and dancehall beats? Even mix and master and produce these beats. Pristine Production is proud to present Caribbean Producers Academy. Here you can book a 1-hour coaching session on the days you choose with our top engineer, Andrew Rayburn. Dues our price plan from 0 to hero, where you get 5 days a week, an hour and a half each day. The dojo, 2 days a week, and the rookie, 1 day a week, where you can get exclusive in-depth one-on-one live session training and mixing from the comfort of your own home to get your Caribbean productions on international level. So what are you waiting for? Join our Caribbean Producers Academy.
Lights up in the sky, Trinidad. The melodies are sweet. It's carnival, we feel the heat. Popping and a jumping.
You're tuning to the hottest show on the planet, Livewire Mix, baby. Drop a link on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Got a song to mix and master? Drop me a line on my email. Up your Livewire. It tough, you know.
And welcome back to the show, guys. Earlier we were talking about, keep an eye out, man. Keep believing prayers, but so far, according to the tracking of the storm here, it's going to be making landfall sometime Friday morning, 100-mile-per-hour winds, and we're believing God's going to break up over land before it heads into the Gulf. And hey, it could have been worse, man. It could have been worse. It could have headed directly to Belize, but thank God it made a shift to the north. So we just got to be careful, look out for some rains, and hey, man, be thankful, man. So our hearts goes out to the families that lost their lives, for the loved ones that lost their lives on the islands, and the hearts goes out to Jamaica. And so we're thankful that Belize is looking okay. So I want to shout out to Izzy on the beat. Big up yourself. Blessed love every time. And we're talking about bus compression here. And I want to share some tips here. We're not going to take too long tonight. Well, and that storms are coming in. We just gotta look out for some rain and that stuff. I don't know if electricity is gonna go, but hey, we just gotta, hope for the best and keep our country in prayers. So, bus compression here on soca. What is bus compression? How do we utilize that, especially if we're working on tracks for clients and we want to get a finished sound going? And how do we control the dynamics here? So I'm going to do a little bit of explanation on how to better understand bus compression here. So right now I have everything here running out of a main track here. But normally bus compression, so you're dealing on a mix. You have vocals, you have drums, and you have the rhythm section, which is like the keyboards and that stuff. All that stuff, if you want, can feed it on right into a main out or a main bus. So everything, if you put an EQ on it, it's going to affect the entire mix. If you put a reverb, it's going to affect the entire mix. Or you can send all vocals to a vocal bus, all drum to a drum bus, and do an overall EQ or compression. That's what we're calling bus processing or bus compression here. Typically, I would be taking a mix and busting it out. I think I've showed you guys a couple of videos on this already. Drums go to drums, music go to music, vocals goes to vocals. But let's better understand what's going on with the main out here. So I'm gonna pull up a simple bus compressor, and it doesn't have to be exactly a bus compressor here. It can be any compressor actually, to use to control your mix. So I'm gonna pull up the SSL compressor 2 here. Now check this out. Typically on, let's say you have a mix here, it's near completion, and you want to do a little bit of bus compression on it before you master it. We're not talking about mastering here, although bus compression has a little bit to do with mastering, but we just want to control the overall mix here. So we're gonna get into that here. I'm gonna show you what you can do with the track. So we have the track here. I'm gonna take the bus compressor off here.
It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Leave the country alone. Oh Lord.
So we have the track here. We want to control and compress the the entire mix, but also not to rob it of its dynamics. You may say, Ray, what is dynamics? It's the headroom of these instruments moving together, and overall you're not squashing the mix, because you're not going to get life out of it. But dynamics is how the performance goes, the natural tone of the drums, the punchiness. So what we want to do, I had a bus compression here. We have what you call the side chain high pass filter here. What this typically does, you may come across this from time to time on different compressors. Basically, if I select 30, we're talking about hertz here, lows. If I select 30, 40, go all the way up to 185, the compressor is going to ignore those frequency and just compress the rest of the frequency above, like 200, 300. So that's the way you can actually allow more low end to come into the mix while you just control maybe the mid section and the top end. It's like a multi-band compressor here. We're not going to get into multi-band, but we're talking about bus compressor here. And we have the dry wet mix, which we can blend between compressed or uncompressed sound. I normally like to have the full wet mode on. Ratio is how hard the compressor is going to work compressing the entire signal. Less ratio, it might just catch a couple readings here, but if you crank it up, it may catch the entire low end. Sometimes we want that. Release is pretty much straightforward. It's how fast the compressor is going to grab and release. It's going to release the signal. And attack is how much it's going to attack that signal. It's going to soften it up, or it's going to allow it to go through. And of course, threshold, we want to set the ceiling. The ceiling for when the music comes up, maybe say it about -2 dB. Want the compressor to push it back, hold it there. That's what you call the threshold. You want to set the threshold. And then of course we got the makeup gain. So which you're compressing, something's going to sound a little bit quiet, so you want to bring up back makeup volume. So let's unmute this and see what we got here. I'm gonna try to match the volume here. It's very important we do that when we do bus compression here.
Stay on time zone. Oh yeah. Hold the female station. Me not follow Satan. You never know what can go wrong. Hold the faith, elevator. Leave me country alone. Satan.
So it's getting a little bit quieter because the compressor is compressing here. I'm just gonna bring up the volume of the overall makeup gain so we match it.
Stay on time zone.
Now, if you're looking here, the needle is jumping above 0 here, so I'm getting roughly about 2 dB of compression here for a 2 ratio setting here. I want to take the attack down. The higher the number, the more natural tone is going to come out of the track, and it's not going to sound too soft. I'm gonna leave the side chain off because I want to compress the entire low end as well, have a balanced mix here. So let's do that.
You never know what can go wrong. Hold the faith, elevator, leave me country alone. Satan, stay uptown, my son. Yeah, yeah.
Notice when I put the ratio on 1.5, it's doing less compression here.
Leave me country alone.
Sometimes you might want that. But I want to compress the entire mix, so I'm going to set the ratio here. Check what happens when I turn the attack down here. All the way down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna be alright.
Track gets a little quiet.
Gonna be alright. Leave me country alone. Oh Lord, stay on time my zone. Oh yeah. Hold the famous station.
I'm going to take the attack back up now.
You never know what can go wrong. Hold the faith, elevator, leave me country alone. Satan.
Now, similar when I hit the threshold here, it's gonna bring the ceiling down. It's gonna set the ceiling here, so it's gonna get allowed to mix to get a little bit quieter.
Stay on time, my son. Yeah, yeah. Leave me country alone. Satan. Stay on time, my son.
Notice how quiet the mix has gotten. It's 8 dB of compression. Generally, you don't want that. You want to stick to at least maybe 2 dB the most. I'm just showing you what the threshold can do here. I'm going to bring that down to about the same 2.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now individually you can adjust the attack to get a little bit more, allow the compressor to hit the attack the signal a little bit more to grab the low end, but I think the 30 is feeling good. Let's compare how it sounds with and without. Yeah, it's gonna sound a little bit more tighter with the compression. Here we go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Off.
It's gonna be alright.
On.
It's gonna be alright. Leave me country alone. Oh Lord, stay on time my zone. Oh yeah. Hold the famous station.
Off.
Me not follow Satan. You never know what can go wrong.
On.
Hold the faith, elevator, leave me country alone. Satan, stay on time my zone. Yeah, yeah, leave me country alone.
And you notice we're getting a little bit more control on the low end. The compressor's breathing. Meaning of breathing is it's not squashing everything. We have a release actually on auto. So by setting on auto, the compressor is automatically moving on time and compressing the track, and it's not squashing the life out of it. If the release is too slow, it's gonna squash the signal. Let's try another compressor here. So I'm gonna mute that. I'm gonna bring in the Shadow Hills. The Shadow Hills here. And I'm gonna show you some difference here when it comes to compression here. Now here's the Shadow Hills here from Plugin Alliance here. It looks like a beast. And you might say, Ray, what am I looking at, man? This thing looks like inside of a Boeing 747. It does. But hey, the most important thing here is what I taught you about ratio. So if we go over here, check this out, lower left corner here. We're seeing 2.134. So we know that this ratio goes up to about 4. 4 is technically limiter mode. It's no longer compressing, but just holding the signal. Keep that in mind. We have our attack here from 30. 10, 5. Remember, the greater the number for the attack, the more natural sound is going to come in. The lesser the number is going to soften up the signal. And here's the threshold. That's all we need to know. And then we have the gain here. You may say, what happened to the release? Well, this is a vintage mastering compressor here, or a bus compressor. So the release is automatic inside. So we don't have to worry about that. So let's play the track again. Notice the needle's not moving much, so we gotta adjust the threshold to start bring that ceiling down. Here we go. I'm getting 1 dB of compression here.
It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright.
And then we have different settings here. We have nickel. We have the iron, steel. These are different settings to kick in the tube and the tube amp parts of the compressor. So you get a different texture of the compressor because analog is adding color to it. So you can hear what the compressor is doing. Off. To me, I'm getting a more invisible compression here on this bus compression we're talking about here. It's being transparent. It's controlling the mix right. So that's a good thing when you're getting mastering bus compressors. But we're gonna wrap it up soon. Like I said, I'm not gonna take too long because we have a little bit of weather coming in later on. But we believe in God, everything's gonna be okay for Belize. But I'll be right back after this second commercial break here.
Pristine production. Bad in the place. I them fi know.
You're tuning to the hottest show on the planet, Livewire Mix, baby. Drop a link on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Got a song to mix and master? Drop me a line on my email. Up your Livewire. It tough, you know.
Tough, rugged, and buff. And welcome back to the show here. And we're talking about, of course, bus compression here by yours truly, Andrew Rayburn here, Mr. International himself. And we were talking about the important thing about allowing the compressor to hold the mix together. We're not squashing the life out of it. We're matching the volume so we don't confuse ourselves. We'll say, oh, it sounds louder, so I'm just because I have a compressor. That's not saying that you're hearing what the compressor is doing. So adjust the volume of the compressor so it matches your mix before you tweak the attack and all that stuff. And we talked about the built-in release from the Shadow Hills. If I load a basic compressor here, let's try, let's see here. Let's try one of the UAD compressors here, like the silver. Let's try the silver compressor. As you can see, I can still use this as a bus compressor here. Now check this out. This one, all we see is the gain. This is the Teltronics, I believe it's 2A, LA2A. All I have is the gain and the peak reduction, which you may call the threshold. You may say, Ray, where's the attack? Where's the ratio? Well, it's all built in here. So all we can do is feed it signal what the gain and adjust the threshold. So let's see what we got here. It's squashing about 7, so we gotta adjust that. So let's back off on the peak reduction here. Now we're getting more volume here, so I'm gonna bring down the gain a little bit. Here we go. Remember to match your volume. So by adjusting the gain, we drop it down because it was too loud, and we brought down the peak reduction, so we're getting roughly 1 dB from the LA2A silver. It's been fun, guys. But bus compression, yeah, that's how we do it, man. But it's been fun, guys, and we're gonna bring the live to a close here. Everybody stay safe. Well, I believe we're gonna be okay by the grace of God. As Barrel continues to move inland wars make landfall, we believe God's going to break up, dismantle, run out of gas, and keep our friends in Cancun, Mexico, the Gulf, and the U.S. in prayers as well. And like I said, man, this thing has been a monster. It has been moving. It took 7 lives, according to the news. It has been moving from Barbados, completely devastated that place, went to Jamaica, devastated Jamaica, and now it's trying to creep its way over this side. So believing God that thing, it's time for that thing to shut down, man. So stay prayed up, guys, and we're believing God everything's going to be okay as Barrel makes its movement across over to Cozumel, affecting Tulum and Cancun, and going back into the Gulf. And we're hoping that future systems here would divert from us as well, or they don't come up none at all. So, but it's been fun. God bless you. Jesus love you. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Leave the country alone. Oh Lord, stay out of my zone. Oh yeah. Hold the baby station. Me not follow Satan. You never know what can go wrong. Hold the faith, elevator. Leave the country alone. Satan, stay out of my zone. Yeah, yeah. Leave the country alone. Satan, stay out of my zone. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Livewire is brought to you by Pristine Productions. Get the latest of dancehall, reggae, soca, and Afro beats. Donate to our PayPal and join our Patreon. Become the apprentice, folks. We're about to get it on.